Hey everybody, welcome back to History Student Reacts. Today we'll be watching World War II's Unluckiest Ship, the William D. Porter by Sam O'Nella. Yes, we're back with another Sam O'Nella reaction, since you guys seem to be enjoying them so much. And as with most of his videos, I do not recognize the subject of this one, the William D. Porter. I don't believe I've heard of it before, though of course World War II is a very broad conflict, a lot going on, so I'm excited to get into this one. Now before I do, I'd appreciate it if you guys would leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out my Patreon, which is linked down below. Now with all of that out of the way, let's jump right into this reaction.
This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Alright, Sam O'Nella Academy.
Hey kids, now some philosophers
Wow, we got that classic crisp audio from Sam O'Nella.
have called boats the airplanes of the sea, but while every glamorous Glennis has its slow-mo shun, so too does JJ the jet plane have his awful counterpart. Her legacy in many ways resembles my middle school career, a 3-year-long travesty plagued by blunder after blunder due to both gross incompetence and sheer misfortune, with the only silver lining being that it's remembered by relatively few. Meet the USS...
Yeah, like I said, World War II is a very broad conflict. There was a lot happening, so there's certainly space for one very unlucky ship to metaphorically and perhaps literally fly under the radar.
William D. Porter, nicknamed the Willie D, which was a perfectly acceptable alias in the days before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. She was a Fletcher-class destroyer, which, if you know Fletcher as well as I do, you know he's pretty high-class at destroying. Like when he snapped off my DS screen during summer camp because he was trying to get a better look. Didn't even apologize.
Damn.
It was just like, well, you're not supposed to bring video games to camp anyway, even though everyone...
Talk about World War II now, that's a war crime. You snapped his DS in half? Come on, man.
One did. Fuck you, Fletcher. You were a counselor. You're supposed to be more mature than us.
Counselor?
You're the reason I grew up with a lingering resentment towards authority. And my only reprisal is that I got to draw you as a disgusting fat lard for millions of people. Actually, I think his name might have been Eric. Anyway, in July of 1943, the ship was commissioned by the Navy and led by Lieutenant Commander Wilfred A. Walter. As her first real job, the Willie D was assigned to a top-secret escort mission across the Atlantic. Walter was like, alright man, time to prove ourselves. I want to see you all on your A-game. And as its first act under military command, the ship didn't raise anchor properly and tore a massive chunk out of the ship next to it while pulling out. Okay.
Well, that's an auspicious start for the Willie D's career. So we're into World War II, but assuming this is an American ship, we're sort of beginning with American involvement in the war.
A rough start, but definitely not a sign of things to come. The next day, she met up with 3 other ships, including 2 destroyers and a battleship known as the USS Iowa, and the fleet set off towards Africa. Given the clandestine nature of the operation, they were ordered to maintain total radio silence so as not to alert any subs that might be lurking below. Suddenly, boom, bang, borf, Hare Krishna, huge explosion off the starboard quarter. They're like, holy shit, evasive maneuvers. But after however many minutes, the transmission comes in saying, hi, this is Wilfred D of the Willie Walter. So a depth charge may have accidentally fallen off the ship.
What
and we
the?
may have also forgotten to turn off the safety mechanisms on said charge, causing it to detonate immediately.
Guys.
So if you heard a little noise a bit ago, no cause for alarm. Also, sorry for breaking radio silence.
Every rule has been broken in a row.
Thereafter, a strange phenomenon was spotted near the ship. Officer, what in the rhyme of the ancient fuck is that? Appears to be a large wave, sir. Jesus Christ, they have that now? Basically everything that wasn't tied down ended up being swept off, and one of the boilers in the engine room got foobarred. But fortunately, no crew members were taken away, except for the one that was. Later, the 4 ships congregated in the waters east of Bermuda when the Iowa decided to test its anti-air abilities and launched a bunch of weather balloons for target practice. A few of these drifted towards the Willie D, and they took some pot shots just for fun, probably wrecking some happy albatross households in the process. But Walter was like, men, it's time to redeem ourselves. Spit those crayons out. You know the purple ones are bad for you. Time for some improv.
Alright, you gotta get the crayon eaters in line. You know, I mean, maybe just the purple crayon eaters, you can eat the red and the green ones. It's time for them to prove themselves. They've shown, certainly to be unlucky, some may argue perhaps a little incompetent. It's time for the crew of the William D. Porter to show they're up to scratch. Right, they're members of the United States Navy, whatever that means. You know, they gotta prove themselves.
2 torpedo drills on the Iowa. Yay. That was Narnar and the Pow Pow. They're gonna douse their trousers when they see how good we tore those pedos. Say, you guys remember to take the primer out of all of them before launching, right? Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh,
What?
no!
Fortunately, the Iowa didn't really have much valuable cargo that could be damaged in the event that the torpedo struck. Oh, except for 32nd President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
No shot. This cannot be happening. Bro, the crayon and glue eaters on board the William D. Porter they've got a good chance of killing the United States president right here, who, of course, is integral to the United States, but also integral to this conflict, World War II. He's a pretty important guy, if you don't know.
Who was being escorted to Cairo as the whole point of the mission. The next 5 minutes aboard the Willie D were just total fucking chaos. Humid sacks of rice, hogs and bats sniffing each other, massive stereos. Commander, we really should radio them. No, I am not breaking any more rules. Do the
this might be the time to break the rule. Bro, can you imagine the level of panic that's going through the ship right there? Oh my god.
flashy light thing. Hey, incoming signal from old Iron Brains, a yuck. They're saying they're going to reverse at full speed? What? Shit off a bowsprit, this ain't working! Fine, call him! FaceTime, Uvu, I don't give a hoot! The transmission arrived in the nick of time, and the torpedo detonated a safe distance away in the Iowa's wing. Of course, that didn't stop the entire crew of the Willie D from being arrested for, shooting a torpedo at the president.
I'm not surprised. You could say unlucky, you could say incompetence. That's a step beyond, right? We call that perhaps gross incompetence. Incompetence so bad that it appears you're actually doing something nefarious. Is the crew trying to mutiny? Are they trying to murder the President of the United States? No, they're just a bunch of real idiots, right? That's a whole nother level of incompetence.
Lawton Dawson, the Elmer's eater from earlier, was initially sentenced to 14 years hard labor, till FDR came out and was like, no, it's okay. Boys will be boys. We are sending you and the rest of Carnival Cruise Line to Alaska, where there's fewer things to ruin by being yourself.
Wise, sort of a magnanimous decision from FDR. He was that sort of president. Well, he could be at times. He could do what it took to get his goals accomplished, if you know what I mean. But that's a sort of presidential thing to do. You may have tried to kill me on accident. It's fine. I'll let you off the hook, boys. But we're sending you to Alaska, because we really don't want you blowing up anything important.
Get it, Carnival Cruise Line? Because you're the worst, and also clowns. So they kicked it for a while in the Aleutians, otherwise known as the Tale of the Pregnant Rat that makes it to Alaska. This went on mostly without incident, except for when they were anchored outside an officer's home during a New Year's Eve party, and a sailor got drunk and decided to fire off one of the 5-inch guns for a laugh, and ended up sending a bunch of his geranium straight to hell where they belong. Other than that, smooth sailing. Then they hung out in the Philippines.
Well, doing less damage than they managed to previously, right? So that's an improvement.
For a bit before Central Command was like, alright, looks like you smooth skins are ready for actual missions again. Except you're going to clown college. And the Willie D was sent to the Battle of Okinawa under the leadership of...
Wow, they're at an actual serious battle. I mean, they were doing some serious work earlier in the life of the ship. They got sent off. Now we're in the Pacific Theater, Battle of Okinawa. This is some serious stuff. Let's hope they don't make a fool out of themselves again.
Except you're going to clown college. And the Willie D was sent to the Battle of Okinawa under the leadership of some guy named Charles. Here they actually did some worthwhile stuff. Until June 10th, 1945, when a kamikaze began to dive towards them. They weren't able to shoot it down, probably because it wasn't American, but it crashed in the water some ways away. They were like, phew, crisis averted. Turned their attention elsewhere, unintentionally driving right over where the bomber landed. The plane was like, the hell? Oh, shit, that's right.
Oh, no.
Banzai. About 3 hours of desperate repairs went by before the order to abandon ship was given, and miraculously, every crew member made it out alive by the time the ship sank, 12 minutes later. So it just...
Well, that's good. Right? It's good to know everyone made it out. It's a shame to see the ship go down. I know it hasn't done much, if any, useful work during its lifetime, but it's sort of like the lovable idiot, right? We've seen a lot of gross incompetence, an extreme amount of, not luck, the opposite of luck, misfortune for the William D. Porter here, but it is a shame to see her go down like that.
Goes to show everything has its silver lining. Everyone on the dip ship gets to live, every filthy Chuck E. Cheese ball pit has a delicious prize at the bottom, and the vast nexus of pointless diversions we call the internet actually has a couple productive things to do on it too. Sponsor time. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 25,000
Alright, so you can find Salmonella's video linked down below. Go give him a like, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. You can check out his sponsor. You know, this is an older video, so I don't know how sponsorships work, so I doubt the link still works, but feel free to go check it out. Give him support, right? He's making videos again, you know. I've been reacting to them. You guys have been enjoying them. He always makes real funny, hilarious type videos, so I had a good time with this one as well. Just one of the anecdotes from World War II. You know, it's not necessarily my area of expertise. I know there's a lot of World War II buffs out there, like a lot. It's maybe the most popular historical topic in sort of popular history and media. Not necessarily my thing, but just to say, there's a lot that happened. You could probably find a lot of goofy stories of incompetence, misfortune. Also the opposite of the most incredible luck you could ever possibly imagine. So yeah, this is just one of those many stories from World War II. I hope you guys all enjoyed this one. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Patreon, which is linked down below. Also, if you'd like me to react to more Salmonella videos, feel free to comment your favorites down below. Right, there's still many that I haven't seen before, so leave your comment. You know, comment gets a lot of likes especially. That might be the one I decide to react to. Though I'll definitely keep going through his catalog because I'm really enjoying these reactions. So with that, hope you guys are all having a great day today, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.